The New York Islanders fall to the Columbus Bluejackets 4-3 tonight, and what can only be considered an absolute joke. Uh, Unbelievable. The NHL is Bush League. It's just the best way that I can describe it. What I witnessed tonight was just I've witnessed it all season. It's been crazy. Like all these reviews and all these calls that keep bringing everything back. I mean, seriously, you can't even blow on a goaltender nowadays without it being called goaltender interference. Like, holy smokes, NHL, you've absolutely ruined your product. You have ruined your product 100%. That was a goal 100% of the time. Never should that ever not be a goal. There is no such thing as goaltender interference on that. He barely touched Merzlikins, and then Merzlikins takes the time to, while he's outside of the crease, to push at Paul Mary, and so he doesn't get set and he gets scored on. I mean, it was 100% a goal. You cannot get excited about a goal in the NHL anymore. Way to ruin your product, NHL. Way to ruin your product. I mean, is a goal going to be called back because somebody was an inch offside a minute and a half ago? Is it a goal because he barely touched the goaltender's sweater? I mean, even when I played, we thought goaltenders were pussies, but man, they were nothing compared to today. Today is absolutely ridiculous. Like we there's a bubble around goaltenders now, and goaltenders can pretty much do whatever they want and get away with it. But if you even breeze by their sweater, you're going to get nabbed for goaltender interference. You just cannot get excited anymore about a goal being scored. So you've taken away all the pure adrenaline rush of watching a hockey game. Way to go, NHL. Way to go. You need to fix this and you need to fix it fast. It's absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous. I mean, that's it's an unwatchable product. It's an unwatchable product when you're determining games so much with your frickin' video review and everything. I swear to God, the saving grace for NHL would be to just ban video review outright in everything because it has become a horrible game. It has become a horrible game to watch. And think how Montreal and the Rangers must feel tonight. Like, what happens if Columbus gets the eighth spot in the wild card by 1 point or a tiebreaker, and they end up in the playoffs because of this game when they should have been walking away from this game with 0 points? How do you think Montreal and the Rangers feel with this turning out to be a 3 point game? All because of lightly brushing against the goaltender who was basically not even in the crease. I mean. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Anyway, I guess I should talk about the game, but I just want to tell you, NHL, your product sucks. Your product sucks. It's that simple. I've been watching since 1967, and this is the worst rendition of hockey I've ever seen in my life. I can't wait. I can't wait for this to happen in the NHL finals. I pray it happens. I pray it happens. We have another Brett Hull situation where a goal for the Stanley Cup will be celebrated 7 minutes after the goal is actually scored, while people are sitting around the boards, hanging around, waiting for the NHL to make a decision. I pray it happens because you have ruined your product so bad. So bad. It needs to be taken care of. And yes, there is a solution, and maybe I'll make a video on the solution that I see to this goaltending problem. Anyway, we'll talk about the game. Even though I don't know why, because it's the NHL dictates what's going to happen in these games anyway. But Might as well talk about it. Anyway, I had streaming issues. I didn't see the first 10 minutes of the game or so. Actually, I didn't even see Engvall's goal, but I did see it on highlights. It was a beautiful, beautiful little inside move by Engvall to get his sixth goal of the year, and a really nice play by Boquist and D'Angelo picking up an assist as well on that. It's really nice to see that Engvall is keeping his play up. The big challenge for Engvall will be to continue this right to game 82. No matter what happens with the Islanders, if we get eliminated 4 games before the season ends, we still need Engvall to play right to game 82 and take this into next year. And if he can play like this, the way he is right now next year, the $3 million contract will be a steal for us. And then Kyle Palmieri scores a beauty from Horvat and Pulock, and this was just an outstanding goal. Palmieri getting his 22nd of the year, and it's kind of looking like the Islanders might be going for a bit of a cakewalk here, as it's 2-0, and they highly outshoot uh, the Bluejackets in the first period. They outshot them 17-6. So definitely had the majority of the power or possession of the puck and whatnot. Like I said, I didn't see the first, well, I guess 13 minutes because I didn't see Engvall's goal. So anyway, we walk away with a 2-0 lead in the after one. But it's early in the second. Fantilli on what I can only say, Sorokin. Very rarely do I say he should have had that one, but he should have had that one. I mean, yeah, it was a great shot by Fantilli. Yes, it was top cheddar, but that one should not have went in. So Fantilli gets his 22nd from Fabro and Merzlikins, and that's just like an invitation to the Blue Jackets to come on back in and enter the game. And that's why that goal kind of really hurt us. And it's unusual for Ilya to let us down like that, but I guess I mean, he's only human too, right? And then of course it wouldn't be a game against the Islanders without at least one fluke goal going in. And Boone Jenner gets the old ricochet flutter ball, pick the corner puck shorty on our power play, and he scores with an assist from Monahan on that to tie the game at 2-2. And when that one went in, you had to start getting worried right there, going on, not again, here we go. But Anders Lee, Anders, he scores to make it 3-2, and there's a challenge on this one, and I couldn't believe it. We actually won this challenge, which I was actually shocked. To be honest with you, I really was kind of shocked. But Lee picks up his 26th of the year from Riley and Boquist. Boquist picking up his second point of the night, so he's having a pretty good game up on forward there. But in the third period, Marchenko scores with 12:56 left from Provorov and Monahan. Not a lot Strogan could do on that one, but yeah, anyway, it's 3-3. It goes to overtime. Once again, Columbus has the majority of the play, just like the last 2 overtime games, but this time nobody gets scored on. And then we have Declare. He gets saved. He looks like that shootout pretty much encapsulates his entire season, in my opinion. Just what a joke. That was unbelievable. Brutal, brutal. Way to go, Anthony. Brutal. Ken Johnson gets saved on, and Palms gets saved on, and then Fantilli, who seems to be a bit of a thorn in the Islanders' side this year, uh, scores a beautiful backhand goal, and then Horvat gets saved, and we lose in the shootout. And where we should add a 2-point regulation win, we end up with 1 point for an overtime loss, which puts us tied with the Rangers, even points. We have a game in hand on the Rangers. We're a point behind Montreal, but Montreal has a game in hand on us. And of course, Columbus moves on up as well to the where they should have been falling back 4 points, but that didn't happen. So yeah, I don't know. Can I talk about how bad the NHL product is a little bit more? I really feel like I should just delve into that and just how brutal it is to be a fan in the NHL these days. How it's just not fun. It's not fun. There's no sitting on the edge of your seat anymore. There's just no sitting on the edge of your seat anymore because you don't know what's going to be a good goal. I guess the only way you know what's a good goal? It'd be a breakaway. Couldn't be offside on a breakaway. So probably, well, I guess somehow they could find a way to get goaltender interference somehow on that. The NHL, I'm sure, could figure it out. But like I said, they're going to have this happen in the NHL finals, and I'm just going to be laughing my ass off as your viewership drops through the ceiling, man. There's Okay, I'm talking way too much about it. All right, let's talk about our fourth line. When I did tune in, our fourth line was just buzzing in the Blue Jackets, and they had him hemmed, and it just had some great pressure on them. I thought Siplikov had a pretty good game. 11 minutes 43 seconds. He had a couple of hits and a shot on net. But that fourth line, it might even be unjust to call them the fourth line since Boquist is on the third line. Maybe the fourth line for temporary should be promoted as our third line. Holmstrom, who was a -1 tonight, 18 minutes of ice time. He had one block shot and one hit. He seemed to be making a lot of things happen, especially early in the game, and offensively, he looked fantastic. I'm not sure how Anthony Duclair got 18 minutes of ice time tonight, but somehow he did. Well, and he did it on one block shot and one hit. Somehow he ended up a +1, but he still had two giveaways. So typical bad game, in my opinion, by Duclair. Horvat had an assist tonight. He was a -1, 21 minutes and 24 seconds of ice time, one shot on net, one block shot. I thought Bo was pretty engaged and played well tonight. Played well for our first line. Our first line looked good. Gatcomb, tons of effort from Mr. Gatcomb tonight. 11 minutes, 27 seconds. Fourth line. We're even for the night, so that was awesome. But Gatcomb picks himself up, four hits, one block shot, and one shot on net as well. So another super game by Gatcomb. And Pierre Engvall, 12 minutes of ice time. Well done, Pierre. Gets himself a goal with three shots on net and one block shot as well. So, or no, he didn't have the block shot. He had a hit and one giveaway. But still, a great game by Pierre. Well done. Keep up the good work. Try to take it home for the rest of the season. That would be awesome. Palms was robbed of a two-goal night tonight, but he did score one. He was a -1 in 19 minutes and 40 seconds of ice time. He had three shots on net and one block shot. I thought Palms was excellent tonight. And highway robbery reminds me of last year. I think he had about six goals called back from video review from offside or whatever last year. It was insane. Was it last year or was it the year before that? I don't know, but this Palms has a lot of bad luck when it comes to goals being reviewed. I'll tell you that. Anders Lee, he had himself a goal tonight by being the mucker that he is. In front of the net, puck going off him, +1, 17 and a half minutes of ice time, seven shots on net, one block shot, and four hits. So that is just a fantastic night by your captain. And I don't know if anybody heard, but Anders was charted as the fastest speed on the ice tonight at 22 miles per hour. Like I know we knew Anders really worked on his skating and everything, but to be the fastest guy on both teams in a game is just insane. So I think many of us thought that Anders would be on his last legs in year six of his 7-year contract, but he's just drinking from the fountain of youth. So well done, Anders. Kyle McLean keeping up the good trend for the fourth liners tonight. He had 11 minutes worth of ice time and he had one block shot or one shot on net tonight. And so another good night for our fourth line. Pajot was a +1 tonight, 20 minutes of ice time. He had two shots on net, but he also had two giveaways, which is no bueno. We weren't good enough in the face-off circle tonight either. Butch keeps talking about us being number 1 in the league, but we lost Brock Nelson, and Brock Nelson was also really good in the face-off dot as well. So yeah, there's that. Mike Riley, nice to see Mike pick up a point tonight. Unfortunately, I put him on the bench this week in my fantasy. Dang it. Anyway, he gets a +1 in 11 minutes and 21 seconds of ice time. But the thing I like about Riley is the way he shoots. He had four shots on net tonight and also two block shots. I thought Adam Pelech was really engaged tonight. 22 minutes of ice time, one shot on net, three block shots, and one giveaway. But overall, I just thought he had a pretty outstanding game. Tony DeAngelo picked himself up another apple, 26 minutes and 26 seconds of ice time, two shots on net, and two giveaways. We've talked about DeAngelo with the giveaways, and just his high danger passes that he makes. So no real worry there. Ryan Pulock has really pulled his socks up in the last 6 or 7 games. Picks himself up an assist in 19 minutes of ice time. Got himself a couple shots on net, two block shots, and he did have one giveaway tonight as well. Noah had a hard night. He was a -2 tonight. He did have three shots on net, but that's kind of back-to-back games. Yeah, not so great games for Noah, but you can give Noah a bit of a break because he has been playing so well. So a little bit of a tough night for Dobby tonight. Romanov put zeros across the board when it came to goals and assists and that, but he had three shots on net, three block shots, three hits, and one takeaway. So a really typical Romanov night, 23 minutes and 28 seconds of ice time, down a bit from his normal ice time, but pretty good. Boquist picked up a couple of assists, playing wing, +1, 15 minutes and 27 seconds of ice time. Yeah, one block shot, one hit, and just a banner night for a defenseman playing on the wing, doing a great job there, Mr. Boquist. Ilya, I'm afraid to say you opened the floodgates with letting Fantilli score that goal that he should have had. I mean, he ended up with a 900 save percentage for the night. Saw 27 to 30 shots, but it wasn't good enough. The other two he didn't have a chance on, but Ilya didn't really have to be that spectacular tonight, and it's not like. It'd be nice if he won one in a shootout for a change too. Like I can't remember last time Ilya won one in a shootout. So, but say la vie. Anyway, like Barry Trotz, I've said, point collecting business. We collected a point, but it feels very, very disheartening with way things should have worked out. Should have worked out tonight that we passed the Rangers. We were tied with Montreal. Montreal have a game in hand on us, and Columbus should have been 4 points back from us, and that's just not the way it worked out. And it's very disappointing. But anyway, that's what we got. But if there's one thing we've learned with the Islanders, you can't count them out. You cannot count them out. So until the next game, you never know. I hope all you guys and girls out there, you have a good night, and peace out. Yeah.